Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rosanna and today is finally the day we are making carnitas. This recipe is highly requested and I am very excited to share it with you. So let's get started. And we are starting with 2.5 pounds of pork belly. Pat the skin dry with a paper towel, then with a knife, remove the skin portion. Try not to leave too much fat attached. We want a thin cut. The pork belly will provide us with enough fat to cook the carnitas. That's why it's so important to buy one with a lot of fat for cooking and flavor purposes. Now let's talk about the skin. It will soften and absorb all the goodness in this recipe. You won't be able to resist them. I'll let you in on a secret. Pork skin tacos with a touch of lime juice drizzled right over them are my favorite. Alright, you're going to cut the skin into medium-sized squares. Next, take the fat portion and cut into medium-sized cubes. By the way, know that the recipe will be down in the description area. For the meat, I'll be using 4 pounds of pork, shoulder, bust, and butt. Meats with plenty of marble and fat make it a perfect suit for carnitas because it keeps them tender and juicy while cooking. So do not trim off any fat. Next, we need to cut into several large pieces. I don't like to cut them too small because we will be cooking them for a long time. This will allow the fat to render and all the flavors to develop. Now place the meat, pork fat, and skin in a large, deep pot, big enough to fit everything. Take 1 cup of water and pour it into the pot as well. Cover and place over medium-low heat and leave alone for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes are up, go ahead and uncover. The water should be steaming at this point. Add 1.5 teaspoons of salt or add it to your preference. The reason we added water is because it will prevent the meat from burning while it gives the fat enough time to render. Carefully mix and then cover once again. Now for the flavorings, cut a medium square piece of cheesecloth. Making a sack will allow us to flavor the carnitas and remove the flavorings easily at the end. We are using half of a large, ripe sweet orange for its citrus, sweet tones. Also cut a whole garlic head in half. To the center of the cheesecloth, add 1.5 teaspoons of dried Mexican oregano. 2 bay leaves and 4 whole black peppers. Also add the orange half and the whole head of garlic. I like to make sure the orange is facing down to make sure the juices release straight into the juices of the meat. Now take the edges of the cheesecloth upward, creating a bundle and twist. Tie the bag with a long piece of kitchen twine and secure it well. "30 minutes have passed since we last checked on the carnitas, and look at all the juices and fat it has released. The meat is also cooking beautifully. Take the sachet or bundle we just created with the cheesecloth and submerge it in the center of the pot so it releases its juices as it spreads evenly. Cover and allow them to keep cooking for another 2 hours on low heat or until the meat is really tender. Occasionally and as needed, you can give the meat a quick mix while also checking the progress. If you see there's not a light and gentle simmer happening, feel free to lightly increase the heat, but make sure it does not boil, reducing the juices too fast. It's been 2 hours and the meat is so tender. Remove the sachet, but before doing so, give it a last squeeze with the tongues to release some of the flavors soaked by the cheesecloth. At this point, leave uncovered, or you could also use a splatter screen, which will allow the liquids to reduce and still prevent occasional pops of oil from creating a mess. I will leave the link to it in the description box along with other items I'm using in this video. Avoid covering the pot because we want the liquids to reduce, leaving behind the fat only. The fat will slightly fry the carnitas without drying them out. It's important to know they will not be crunchy crispy, but will resemble a gorgeous light brown color and will be so tender. It will take approximately an additional 30 minutes for the juices to reduce and the carnitas to fry. Remove from the oil and place on a serving dish. I love that as they cool, they become flakier. These carnitas are so tender they fall apart on their own without me having to shred them. Carnitas are so easy to make and they require very little ingredients. Its simplicity does not compromise flavor. Traditionally, carnitas are turned into tacos. You can make your own tortillas or use store-bought. If using store-bought, make the taco with 2 tortillas. This way, if one softens, you have the other one to hold the shape. Go ahead and top the tacos with chopped cilantro, chopped onions, and a light drizzle of lime juice to enhance all the flavors. We cannot forget the salsa taquera. Yep, there are specific salsas made to enrich tacos with their perfect smooth texture and ingredients. I'll leave the link in the cards above in the description area and at the end of the video for 2 delicious salsas taqueras. Carnitas are not only a recipe but an entire event for a family to get together and have a great time with delicious food. Having said that, I do love carnitas, so having a recipe like this one makes them accessible anytime during the year. These carnitas are so tender and so delicious. Words do not do it justice. So it is up to you to try this at home and enjoy yourself. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember that you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing rest of your day.